get in, we blow up the Mako reactor, and then we out. That's it.
What? Actually, it's pronounced Mako reactor.
Mako? Are you sure?
I worked there.
Got money on the mind, no fear in my eyes. Avalanche the squad, so it's time to rise. I'm just going forward, no time for going backwards. The mission, destroy the Mako reactor. They brought it on themselves, so we gotta take them out. All in, but we might not all make it out. Ending the Shinra and closing the chapter. The mission, destroy the Mako reactor. I never got their names and I didn't really care to. I just want the money, so the mission I adhere to is simple. I joined some resistance clique, blow up the reactor, then we split, that's it. And they go on about saving the planet, all the precious resources we've been taking for granted. But I'm doing me. It's not that I don't understand it, but I'm trying to carry the job out just how we planned it. And in my line of work, there's no time for softies. These street huggers better wake up and smell the coffee. Been around the block, man, I'm far from a beginner. I've been in reactors back when I worked for Shinra. And they don't trust me, and I don't like them. And I don't blame them, cause I ain't like them. War ain't built for it. Troubles like my wallet, I only find it when I'm never looking for it. So as I set the bomb, I start to get a premonition. Some kind of feeling this shouldn't be a part of the mission, but I do it. 10 minutes remain before reactor 1 is going down in flames. And so we out to the train to rest. Part 1 of the mission is a complete success. So for now it seems that the good guys are winning, but this ain't the ending, it's only the beginning. Come on. Destroy the Mako reactor. Destroy the Mako reactor. We get back to the hideout later in the day, and the boy Barrett's acting shady with the pay. I don't need this, fam, y'all can go on without me. Halfway out the door when Tifa comes up and stops me. Tells me about a promise that I made back in the day, that if she was in trouble that I'd be there with no delay. And now here I stand, walking out on my chance. So I agree to the mission and we leave in town, and I bump into a dude named Johnny. Childhood friend who found the need to remind me to take care of Tifa. Yeah, I willingly oblige. And next on the agenda is reactor number 5. We hop up on the train and begin to take a ride. But not long after that, we in for another surprise. Something suspicious, they locking down the train cars. Makes it exciting cause I know it's about to pop off. When we run to the first car, hop off. Near miss, we escape unscathed, unharmed. So we continue right on our way. Gotta move fast, get it done. I ain't got all day, but inside the reactor, we headed to the core. And the layout, well, it's the same as before. And again, when I reach it, I feel another light flash. I'm on the floor, weak, paralyzed, right fast. Get up, set the bomb, bust out the premises, till we get surrounded by soldiers and the president, who's monologuing about taking us under. Summons a robot that he calls Airbuster. We triple team it and eventually defeat it, but the explosion rips the ground apart between us. I'm hanging in the balance, and I hear Tifa screaming, I slipped. And that's the last thing that I remember seeing.
sorry I'm running behind today. Even though it's 10:01 and somehow I still feel like I'm running behind today. Hello. Good morning. That was weird. Hi, Marshmallow. Hi. Yes, I know. But I know. I really need to clean up this corner over here. So that when this view comes on, it's not like weird grossness. I'm also trying to figure out how to adjust my cameras. One of these days I am going to cave and invest in that wall mount bracket that I was talking about. Or it could be worse, door hides most of it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, I'd love to, like, actually... Hi, Marshmallow. Good morning. Please don't step on my soot sprite. I was in the studio yesterday doing, there's our Marshmallow. And our Mallow Bomb. Okay, camera, can you please stop with the weird autofocus? Yes, hello. Well, let's get the mellow moment with Marshmallow out of the way nice and early. And then we can have a nice rest of our stream. Yeah? Yeah. You interrupted me. I was talking about cameras and camera mounts. Yeah? I must have all the scritches. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping once I have, like, I'm hoping to clean that up this spring and actually get some plants in there. Hello. Good morning, Empress. Welcome in, my friend. We're having mellow moments with Marshmallow as soon as we started stream. She was, like, chittering up the hallway as I was getting everything set up this morning. I was running a little bit behind. And, yes, hello. That's my Marshmallow. You always stress me out when you start licking me when I'm petting you, because usually that means you're one lick away from biting me. It's like lick, lick, bite. Don't do that. Yeah? And I never know why you bite me. Unless it's like a I love you, I'm biting you thing. I don't understand, but do you bite because you love? Hi. My camera's just going to keep going. Please do not allow me to turn into Empress Emotional De-Evolution today. I just need to get back on meds. Okay, fair enough. Well, we will try to divert your attention to more positive things, like adorable cats, who somehow does not seem to mind being picked up like that. Yes, you were, like, totally shedding, like, everywhere today. I may have to run and grab an allergy pill, because... Yes, oh, I'm sorry, I know I wasn't petting you, so you... Seriously, camera. Okay, I need to get into this camera settings and turn off the autofocus, so it will stop doing this. Okay. Okay, what are you doing? Where are you going? Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find camera settings. And I'm not sure where they are. Hold on. Okay. What are you licking? No, don't drink my coffee! Oh my god, cat! Ooh, favorite bands are touring together. That's cool. No, don't drink my coffee. I actually have coffee today. I am so stinking excited that my stomach is allowing me to drink coffee again. I need ska earrings. Like trumpets? Like... how do you make ska earrings? Okay, hold on. Let me try and fix this. Okay, hold on. I don't know. Yes, I'm sorry. I need to be Octo-Kiki today, because Marshmallow is, like, requires 2 hands today to keep her out of my coffee. To still pet her, and to try and fix these computer settings. Hi. Yes, hello. Hello. Hi. Yes. No autofocus. There we go. Hopefully it will stop that. I kind of wanted to leave it off because I wanted to be it to refocus on me if I like had to get up for something. But whatever. It's better than it constantly like like throbbing at us. Nobody needs the camera to throb at them. Hi. Here, now I can pet you again because I fixed the camera. Hi. Well, what is the name of the ska band you guys are interested in? Maybe it could be something for the band. No, you cannot drink my coffee. Since when do you like coffee? I mean, I've been drinking coffee for a while. It's the first time I've brought it to stream, but... Marshmallow, you're adorable. You are not drinking my coffee. You're gonna make me chug this whole cup. What's the mug? Yeah, see, I turn off the autofocus. That's what I... Okay. Anyways. Danny's official dinosaur. One of my 2 Danny mugs, because I also have the Danny Raid Train mug. Or the Streamfest train mug. Mello must experience all of the things that are brought to stream, coffee included. Apparently, she's also getting lots of hair in our Octo-Sootie right now, but she has at least not squished it yet. Yeah, you're being a real cute cutie, aren't ya? Yeah, you are. Alright. I think you need to just invite Mallow to leave. Yeah, I will, but, it's a nice way of throwing her off my desk is inviting Mallow to leave. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, alright. I am so excited that I can drink coffee again. Like, it has just been, like, my whole life. Again, I'm, like, re-experiencing, like, different blends of good coffee again, or, like, different bean varietals and stuff. I've gone through 3 different tins, or, like, bags or whatever, of coffee since I started drinking coffee again a couple weeks ago. And it has just been, like, so lovely to, like, I'm like, that's a nice blend, I like that, and now it's a nice blend, I like that. I miss coffee. Have I ever told you guys that I had once planned on opening a coffee house in Toronto? Like, I had business plans and everything drawn up for it. Like, that's why I went back to school in my 30s, was because that was my plan. I was going to open a coffee house in Toronto. Clearly that did not happen. What was the name going to be? It was going to be called Caffeine. My logo was going to be like the caffeine molecule and things like that. I had actually selected locations and everything in Toronto. I mean, I didn't actually expect the location to be my final location, because it was just what I had, because part of my, end of year, like, part of my, like, end of, year program, projects was writing a business plan for a real business. It could have been a fake business you weren't actually going to open, because clearly not everybody there had a specific business in mind. But those of us who were in the program planning on opening specific businesses, we did our business plan on what our final, like, what our business was planning to be. So I had chosen one location on the west end of Toronto that we had picked, and so I needed to know, so I had a location and rent and things like that. And I knew by the time I actually opened the place, that particular place was probably no longer available. But I mean, I'd written a business plan to the point that I had a location and everything, so. Not that I'd secured any rights. I clearly didn't talk to anybody. I found out what rent for the space was and just rolled with it, right? Like, that's all I really needed to know. But yeah, that was my original plan in life. I was hoping to do that. And it was going to be like a very, safe space kind of coffee shop. I was going to try to make contact with the owner and operator of Post Secret, and I was going to try and contract out where I would for maybe monthly or bi-monthly displays or something like that, where I would display old Post Secret posts on the wall and then switch them out and send them back to him kind of thing. That was the space that I wanted to have. I wanted it to be very art inclusive, with local artists able to display and sell their works, and stuff like that. That was my original plan, a decade ago. Still a good plan. I mean, there are clearly more places like that now that exist. There weren't as many back when I went back to school, because that was 13, 14 years ago now, so, wow, I've gotten old. When I think about how long ago things were, I'm like, wow, I've gotten old. But yeah, that was my original plan in life. Once I finally had a real plan in life. I didn't have a plan in life until I was in my 30s. And then all of that fell through. Pretty much I could only afford to move to Toronto if I had a partner to move with. And just as my school year was ending, my partner that I had been with for a couple of years he and I broke up. And because that was our plan, was we were going to move to Toronto together. He had plans that he wanted to live in Toronto as well, so we're going to move to Toronto, I'm going to do my thing, he's going to do his thing, and we're going to, be a couple doing our thing in Toronto. But then he broke up with me, and I could no longer afford to move, and the only person I could find that would have been a suitable roommate for me was allergic to cats, and I had two. And I wasn't willing to, just get a random roommate of somebody I didn't know in Toronto. So I kind of had to skip that plan, and then a few months later, Hunter and I started dating, and the entire trajectory of my life changed. So I tried a new coffee this morning, and I hate it. Oh, that's unfortunate. I hope it's not a whole bag in your house that you have to endure until it's gone or waste. Vanilla thyme latte. Yeah, that one you've I can see how that one sounds like it might be good, but if it's not blended just right and sweetened just right, yeah, no, just a cup at the coffee. Okay, perfect, good. It's always awful if you ooh, I'm going to try this blend, and then the whole thing is just balls, and then you're like, great, now what do I do with this whole bin of coffee I've got? It's not a good fit for my buds, no. Yeah, things with thyme are very, very tricky. I've had thyme shortbread, and it was very good. Oh, hey, look, I landed. Thyme shortbread I've had, and it was pretty good. It's like creamy, sweet chicken noodle soup. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd like that in a latte. In a shortbread cookie, yes. The bakery I did my internship with when I was in college, the baker there made a lot of specialty shortbreads. Lavender was my favorite, but she also did a thyme. She did a rosemary one, and I think a thyme one and stuff like that, and they go really well. Ooh, good land. And they go super well in shortbread, but yeah, lattes maybe hit or miss. Okay, all right, Marshmallow. I think you've had your time. We've had wonderful chit-chats this morning. It's now time for you to be nicely asked to leave. I has feet. Here we go. Okay, you need to go there. Go away. There we go. I made the mistake. This is my cat, people. I picked her up to give her feet, and she starts licking my head. Everybody needed to see the toe beads. Apparently I'm feeling, between medicating and coffee, feeling particularly random today, which is great. I love that. I'm excited about the weirdness. The weirdness makes me happy. What am I doing? I am gonna art. What am I doing? Art? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing today? Okay. Look at all this hair all over. Let's start by demarshmallowing our sooty puss. Sooty puss? That sounds weird. Octo-Sootie. Yep, there it is, all up in my face. I finally got some playtime in of Final Fantasy VII this week, so I'm finally starting to catch up on story a little bit. I mean, I'm still not very far into the game, and I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get far enough to complete the storyline that will be covered in the remake by the time the remake comes out. Because the remake, the next episode of the remake of Final Fantasy VII comes out next month. So I was hoping to get up to that point in story before I did, but I'm not gonna get there. I do not have enough time to play, especially when Hunter's around, because I really love playing Final Fantasy VII when Hunter's around, because I always manage to like just get stuck with, okay, so the puzzle bits go like this, and I have to do this in this sequence of things, and I always get thrown off of doing that, and there's like a ton of that in Final Fantasy VII. And so I always need him to kind of help walk me through, and it's not so much that I can't figure out the puzzle, I can, it's that my brain doesn't hold the information in my brain well. Like, I can't hold an order of things in my head. Like, my short-term memory doesn't work that way. It's because I have no visual component of my brain. A lot of people use, like, that visual trigger to help them remember things in their brain, and I don't have that, so that part of my memory sucks. So he's always there helping me with the various puzzles and whatnot of how to get through things. It does also very much help that you can turn off random encounters, which I use when I'm doing the puzzly stuff. Like, I don't do it all the time. Like I clearly want random encounters in the game. It's part of what makes it fun. But if I'm like running around trying to do a puzzle, there's no way I'm gonna get through doing a whole puzzle with this. I decided I kind of wanted the suckers to be like teal. This green is a little too green. I want to put a little bit more blue into it, and I might lighten it a little bit if the blue doesn't lighten it enough. And then that's what I'm gonna do for the color of the suckers. I'm just gonna quickly blend a little color. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, is finally getting some playtime in, but it's hard to get as much as I'd like in. One, because, you know, I'm a parent and an adult with a job. But also because some of the free time I have to play, Hunter's not home, and then I like playing when he's around. It's something fun to share with him, and I like having his help. I was doing the part last night in the Nibelheim mansion, where you have to open the safe, and I'm like, okay, I need you to help me remember these things as we go. Alright, yes, I like that color, but I am going to lighten it a little bit. I have a meeting in 8 minutes, but hubby and I started playing Lorcana. Oh, fun! Are you guys both enjoying it? Hunter really enjoys it, but he loves everything Disney, so I'm not surprised he'd be into it. But it works well because he's managed to build a little bit of a Lorcana community at the store as well, and like player group that come out regularly, so he's been trying to get me into MTG Commander, but it's not my thing. Much simpler and relatable to me. We're actually pretty even in win-losses. Oh, fun! Yeah, like, I know how to play Magic the Gathering, but I'm very not good at it. Because, again, it's like I have this inability to really track what the other player is doing. And from my understanding, you don't need to do that as much with Lorcana. Not that I've played it yet, but I mean, I could probably pick it up easily enough. But, like, with Magic, everything changes so much, and there's always all these new mechanics being brought in, and it's just, like, I can barely keep up most of the time. And things have been around for so long that they no longer always put, like, the explanation text on the cards, and if the explanation text is there, I have no idea what the card does. I can't remember what it does. So, like, I really enjoy it. The combat is tricky for me to understand, but yes, very little interplayer tracking yet. That's the one thing I used to hate. We used to all get together as a group. There was usually like 6 to 8 of us that would play like Magic the Gathering together. And of course, we weren't playing Commander per se, but we usually had like singleton decks where there's only one in the deck, but we don't actually play it with like a Commander card. Yeah, and I hated playing in such big games because I could never keep track of what was going on in everybody's boards. And like our one friend Troop, he loves like all of these like super interactive decks where they just all combo off and like cards proliferate, and I mean that in terms of like his game explodes and not the the trigger word proliferate, which is actually a command in Magic. So yeah, it's too much for me to keep track of as well. So I play very, very rarely, which makes Hunter very sad because like he'd love to just sit down on a random evening that we're home and like play a game of Magic together, but it's not my thing because there's so much to keep up with, and I'm not good at keeping track of other people's boards. So we started doing a lot more with board games, which, I mean, makes sense. He owns a board game store. He's got easy access to figure out, like, every, easy board game that I might like. Okay, so I don't necessarily need to put all of them on suckers on these things. I will watch him play MTG, but I get so lost. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Watching people play MTG is even worse. There's no way I could do that. I can sit and watch a board game. But, I think those are going to be too big, eh? Especially if I want to try and get 2 on these. Okay, so I have to figure out how to get these super duper teeny tiny little balls. Probably. Like, and I mean, I'm sure Hunter knows that. He still wants to teach me, but like, me sitting down to learn and new things like that has always been tricky for me, just because by the time the kid is out of our way for the night, by the time I get there, I'm like, no, my brain is done. I don't have it in me to learn something new right now. So we end up not doing as much as we would like, and it's just because, you know, you get tired by the end of your day. And I love my kid dearly. They are amazing, but we can't sit down and do that kind of stuff while the kid is awake, because they're just like, hey, what are you doing? What does that do? And it doesn't matter. Like, they would much rather be all up in our grill than anything fun they could do themselves, including electronics. So just not possible in our world. But I don't worry too much about it, because like, Hunter's got his outlet for doing that kind of stuff with his friends. So, because he board games with a group of friends at the store every other Tuesday. And he plays Magic the Gathering or Lorcana himself on Fridays. Because he has his employee in the store with him. And usually after a certain point of the night, the only people that are in the store are the people playing Magic, and nobody's really buying cards, so he doesn't need to, like, be super active in the store itself, because his employee is there. And so he can just actually kind of be front of house and, you know, socialize with everybody and play and be part of the community, which is really good. Like, he needs that for the store just as much as he needs employees, right? So, alright, let's start to make little teeny tiny suckers. Because those are going to be, yeah, I can work with this, right? So I feel like this one, it's going to be like here. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good size. I like those. You can barely see that. Okay, let's see if I can get this camera down anymore. It's going to totally be in the way of my face. Maybe? Maybe. Let's see. Okay. I don't think, okay. Oh yeah. Okay. And then I'll have to be over here so you can actually see me a little bit. But I'm probably going to get my face down in here too, so this is going to look funny, but here we go. That one I think was a little too big. Okay, smaller. Gotta remember to keep them really small so we have some consistency. Alright, enjoy your work, Lurk. I hope your meeting is not totally awful. lost a sucker. Alright. Hey, Locke! Wow, my brain just totally died for a second there, and even though I was looking at your name, my mouth would not say the word. Because Kiki's brain is apparently weird today. I'm also, like, stuck hiding behind a camera to get this kind of a close-up on it. Come on, stick. Why are you not sticking? I'm tired. Maybe sleep. Well, yes, if you're tired, please sleep. You clearly are going to need a lot of extra sleep to recover right now, so... How long are you expected to be off recovering for? Brief moment to say hello to Locke, sending healing vibes, 68 weeks for the wrist. Come on, stick. Can't use hammer or power tools until it's healed. Fair enough. Absolutely. I also recommend, if you haven't or if you aren't already, impact gloves may now need to become a real part of your life. My dad was a mechanic for many years, like all through my childhood, and he got nerve damage in his hands from when he was using like impact tools back in, you know, the 70s and 80s before impact, like protective gloves were a thing. So impact gloves are just gloves that are designed to help absorb a shock and like vibration, so that way it doesn't cause nerve damage. And I mean, if you're healing for something like that's going to help protect that kind of stuff from a healing arm, a healing wrist, even after the 6 to 8 weeks, is probably something to consider. They might go by different names in Europe, but that's what my dad always called them here. Alright, so for this one, I think I'm going to make it look like, so this one, the tentacle is like turned down, right? But for this one, I think I'm going to make it look like it's waving kind of thing. So the suckers won't be right out and would be right on the bottom of them. So I'm going to do 2 rows of them. Maybe I should try and put these down with a slightly different tool. So it's pushing it into the clay first instead of like poking it. Let's try that. I'm failing that, we'll try this. Okay. Excellent. Okay, I like it. Alright, so that's working better. Oh no! Not as better as I hoped. Alright, I can make this work. Struble! Hello, Struble. I made this for Raven. Oh, that's so awesome! Look at it go! Look at him go! Look at him go! Oh, like Mr. Humpty Dumpty. Oh. I'm just glad that they were able to put you back together again. Soft healing vibes to Dear Luck.
You can't imagine the anger or measure the hatred. Empathize with my anguish, but I've been recreated. See, I bided my time, calculated and waited for my moment to rise.
Apparently Locke is, in fact, Mr. Granite. Well, you are, certainly something very, resilient. Because despite the nosedive off the storage container, yeah, all he has was a fractured wrist and surface fractures on one side of his skull. Well, I'm glad that it is not as bad as it could have been, because clearly that would have been awful had it been any worse. And a very small fracture in the hole on the right side of the sinus wall of the skull. Oh! As someone who suffers from chronic sinus issues, I feel that pain. So, no nose blowing for 3 weeks. Oh no! And just let the rest heal. I don't know how I could ever go for 3 weeks without blowing my nose. I think that might break my poor little sinuses. This is gonna be hell. Oh yeah. I have the kind of sinuses that I have to like neti pot a couple of times a week, just so I don't start getting like a buildup of mucus at the back of my throat. Excuse me. Okay. Sending you lots of strength. Look, this sucks. It certainly does. Like that. So here's our waving now. Computer looks. Oops. Waves. Alright. Ooh. Nightbot gets the low drop. Alright, so some of these other tentacles, I'm going to put the suckers on the bottom of them so I can kind of curl them around and make them look cool. Ooh, much better drop. I don't think I landed today, did I? Oh, hey, Turnip, welcome on in. I did land today. Okay. I'm still impressed by that .39 Nightbot drop. That's something special right there. Nightbot always showing off the sus drop skills. Oh yeah, Nightbot is super sus around here. Yeah, Nightbot somehow is the only one who ever lands. Like, we'll all be dropping, like, to there's no end. And just, yep, nope, not. Only Nightbot landing. Alright. Okay, so I think that's enough to work on for a little bit. Okay, alright. So, what do I want to do with all of these other tentacles? Kind of got to position them so I know how... to... Oh my gosh, what is happening? Turnip, what are you doing? That is unnecessary, but thank you very, very much. Way to go, 2TS. Oh, thank you, Turnip. That's so sweet of you. You also scared the poop out of me. Also, I just caught that the closed captioning said that you scared the Pope out of me, and I think that that is hilarious. Also, oh, it looks like they... Are those new bit commands? I've never seen the shamrocks before. Was I just blind, or are those new? Okay, they're new, it looks like. Because they've added in a bunch more that you can do. Okay, cool, cool. Things that I did not say Pope. Go on, Pope, get. Get, Pope, get. I said poop. It was the closest emote available. Okay, fair enough. Was the closest emote available to a Pope? Or to you? Because that looks, to me, it looks like a guy with his head wrapped. And a halo. Yeah, that seems like it's the closest emote to you right now, friend. To a pope. Almost reminds me of Aziraphale. I don't know what or who that is. There we go. That's much more popey. I'm going to assume that, oh, Good Omens. Okay, fair enough. I have not watched or read Good Omens. I have intentions on both. But the problem is every time there's what appears to be a really good TV show based on a book series, I'm like, but I want to read the book first, and then I'll watch the show. And then I never get around to reading the book because I don't prioritize reading time in my life, even though I really get mad at myself for not. And then I never end up watching the series. I have the same problem with The Expanse. I desperately want to watch The Expanse, but I want to read the books first. And I'm like, that's a whole series I've got to get through. Alright, we are going to be having 11Zs very shortly. Yes, read the Book of Good Omens. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I've heard it's excellent things. Both Good Omens and The Expanse box set are in, like, my personal, like, Amazon wish list of things that I keep planning to get for myself. But no, I'm just... I've got a bunch of books that I'm not reading at home, and I don't want to buy more yet, because... I mean, if I'm gonna buy things and not use them, I'd rather it be craft supplies. So, Locke's problem is I always want to see the book first, and then I'll read the show. You know, if you watch with closed captionings, I mean, that could be true. All right, let's finish positioning some of these tentacles. I like that. That looks interesting. Oops, and looks like tentacles. I watch with subtitles because my only TV time is after the kiddo is in bed and God keeps saying, oh yeah, I know that problem. Always read the show. I didn't used to do a lot of stuff with subtitles, but I've gotten more used to it. Like, ever since Little Hunters started to read, whenever they watch TV, they watch it with the subtitles on. Like, their brain has just immediately latched onto this. It helps me, like, understand shows, like, without anybody even telling them that was a thing that a lot of neurospicy people do. So, I've gotten used to it, because it's on all the time from the kids, so, and it really does help. Stop using logic and makes Locke's bad jokes make a semblance of sense. Yeah, well, I mean, we love you. We gotta make you make sense sometimes. Yes, always subtitles on, right, yes. Is that a thing we do? Apparently it is. A lot of neurospicy people, because it's an audio processing thing, and it helps your brain process the audio, because there's something helping it along, right? Because let's face it, a lot of our neurospicy folks have an auditory processing disorder as part of their spiciness, or as a side effect of their spiciness. So, alright, but we are going to be running into ads, and they're going to start in about a minute, and I am gonna start just a minute early for 11Zs before the ad runs, because I really gotta go. So, I will be back. Yet they understand that.
Just checking.
So we will be back in a couple of minutes after 11Zs. We'll be right back, friends. If I can find the button.
that I'm trapped with no shield and no sword. The unbeaten path got my soul so sure. Allured by the lust, something guilt can't cure. The devil want me as he is, but God wants more. Ever wish you never was born? Threat coming, so you know that you can't weather the storm. Sector 7 out of heaven, where I seem to reside. Chained to kill, but I don't really want another homicide. Everything I thought was the real turned out to be a lie. Product of my pride, I don't want us to die. Cause see, the outcome is horrible, of course. And if we both go, I say it's par for the course, yeah. I think about the slums where I'm from. Folks out there fighting over crumbs and running guns. Can't do a thing to assist. I'm John Stockton without a ring, and the gist is it's broken, I can't seem to fix it. Earth out of control, like scientists predicted. While I read, struggle to find the truth. And the more that I learn, I'm even more confused. Out here searching for who I think is the enemy. But every day he reminded me more of me. So, to anyone I ever did wrong, I'ma wish you well, pray that you live long. As for me, my choice was made 5 years ago on that day. And it ain't been the same way since 5 years ago on that day. Since 5 years ago on that day. Ever wish you didn't have to wake up? Could lay in bed, eyelids could stay shut. But that's exactly how I'm feeling now. But I know I can't, cause it ain't quite my style. But everything I shoved in my closet is now falling out, making a big pile. And if I don't believe I can achieve, I need to quit it right now. Either outcome, just another letdown. So I think about the past and what it did to me. Those who passed on, who now live through me. I hesitated to take action, and living like a coward just ain't cracking. The more I know, I get more frustrated. I must press on, cause we must make it. I'm searching for whoever I think are my true friends. Trying my best now to tie up these loose ends. And so to anyone I ever loved, sometimes you gotta go through hell to reach the heaven above, man. For all of the times that I didn't listen, and all of the friends I lost, I missed them. The only medicine for suffering, crimes, and the woes of mankind is wisdom. I heard a man say the mind is a prison, possessed on a quest, still trying to find religion. But just too much heartache can lead them to the water, but can't make them partake. 808s, auto-tune, and of course the heartbreak. Heart race like the moment right before a car chase. Feeling like Biggie on midnight of March 8th, top of the world, till you staring in God's face. Yeah. As for me, my choice was made 5 years ago on that day. And it ain't been the same way since 5 years ago on that day. Since 5 years ago on that day. In my younger days, I used to sport a flat top. Now I rock a nappy with my hat to the back. But alas, I remember one time a while ago when I met a girl. It was sad to see it go.
Okay. Hello, friends. Okay. Yes, I have processing issues. Not sure exactly what they are, but I do. Okay, of course, where am I getting echo from? How do I come back and there's echo? Anyways. When there wasn't before. I'm not sure exactly where they are, but I do. I definitely have an easier time if I can see people talk. Yep, absolutely. There's a YouTube video, Why We All Need Subtitles Now, and it shows a scene where the dialogue is just so mumbly, and I can't imagine parsing it with just ears alone. This is true. I agree. Absolutely. Oh, 11's time for more coffee and a croissant. Yes, I got more tea because if I have a third coffee, my brain is going to explode, but... out of snacks, please enjoy your snackies. So now I have tea, because tea is life. right? Tea is life. Alright, so where are... A lot of these guys you wouldn't end up seeing the spots. This one you'll see them down here, right? But you probably only need to see one side of them. Oh, I'm out of frame. Thank you! Appreciate it, Empress. That's what the fail trumpet is for. Oh, did you tell me what the band names were so we could brainstorm Scott earrings?
Travels and the chapters after that, everywhere we went, somebody was trying to capture that. So I asked her that, yo, what's the deal? Why is everybody wanting you killed? Turns out she was the last descendant of the ancients who may just hold the key to something sacred, known as the promised land. So this caused a lot of problems, man. Everybody wanted it, so they devised the plan.
I did not. The Interrupters and Sum 41. Now, Sum 41, you could probably do something like literal numbers and stuff, but, I've honestly never heard of the Interrupters. Did listen to Sum 41 in my youth. Well, mostly what their big radio hits were. I guess I didn't really follow them otherwise. Alright. They were on Jimmy Fallon last year. Okay. I'm a big, big fan. Cool! I am the kind of person where I've never really been super into like following specific bands. I did a little bit when I was in my teen years and my early 20s and stuff like that. But I don't know how, like, I don't even know how sometimes I learn new music because I don't, like, follow anybody or anything important, like, at all. That was weird. One of my displays just told me I had negative 301 seconds in my ad. And I'm like, okay, that's true, but that's weird that suddenly you're telling me that. They did a ska remix of Bad Guy that's gotten them a lot of attention. But the title holder and Kerosene are my favorite. Okay, cool. There's only been a few bands that I deeply got into for, like, the band themselves. In my teen years, I was really into a couple of specific bands. I was into I, Mother Earth and Third Eye Blind, and, I can't remember the other band I was into. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal. But it wasn't until, like, I started to really appreciate music as I was older. And I really got into Something Corporate for a while. Like, I was absolutely obsessed with Something Corporate for a while. But that's probably about it in terms of, like, bands that I actually followed. Okay. So I feel like I need to put a few underneath here, but that's going to be a little tricky because I'm going to have to literally pick it up and I think do it like this way and in there to get it to look right. But I really only need it down here because that's the only part that would be visible. This is why I didn't do the eyes yet. I don't know how well this is going to work. Alright, I don't think I need the other one, which is good because I can't get it on there. Alright. Locke likes metal, and just the other day he saw a video of the YouTubes from his favorite Viking metal band, Arth. I probably butchered that, I'm sorry. And they did a collab with another metal band called Saxon, whom both bands do music based on their preferred peoples and eras of choice, so Viking and Saxons here. Interesting. And though the singer of Saxon sounded familiar, he only used to be in a small town band, maybe some type you've heard of, called Iron Maiden. Oh, that's interesting. I saw I Mother Earth at a bar show when I was in high school. Dating myself a bit. Yeah. I saw Incubus at a concert once. That was like a festival show. I did not get to see the whole set, and that was because of a unfortunate circumstance I was in at the time, which I'm not going to get into. I want to say I saw I Mother Earth once at a festival concert, but I can't remember anything about it specifically. So maybe I didn't, but I feel like I did. But it would have been like the kind of thing that it was way, way, way... But it is an Octo-Sootie. Hello, Kim. Welcome in. You were dating yourself in high school, have you heard of self-love, but not that much. You silly butt. He leaves before he's kicked out. Your sticky bits are so good. Thank you. I'm trying to make it look as, like, realistic as possible. I decided that every once in a while, Sooties can take, like, a whole stream. We started this on Monday, but then my power went out. Like, 40 minutes into stream. And the power was out for, like, 2 hours. So, by the time the power came back on, there was no point in coming back to stream because I had to go back out to work for the afternoon. And then Wednesday, I ended up having to cancel stream because little Hunter was sick. So it's Tentacle Friday! Yes, it is. I feel like we all just, like, simultaneously across Twitch, totally unplanned, just... everyone tentacled this week. Hope you have a impossibly great day. Right.
Fuck off, Locke. Fuck off.
What a wonderful way to greet our friends. It has been a Kim possibly amazing day so far. I am glad to hear it, Kim. My day started off by it not raining as much as it was supposed to, so I did not get totally soaked in my morning shift. That's always a good start to a day. I had to put on my full banana suit, my full head-to-toe yellow gear. It's freezing rain today, and while we've been walking, I've been singing, "It's freezing rain, hallelujah, it's freezing rain like it's raining men." That's awesome. Yes, my brain often does things like that as well. It didn't used to. I came by it through Hunter, who sings everything.
It's nighttime in a kitchen just like yours. All is quiet. Or is it? The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States. House hippos are very timid creatures and are rarely seen, but they will defend their territory if provoked. They come out at night to search for food, water, and materials for their nests. The favorite foods of the house hippo are chips, raisins, and the crumbs from peanut butter on toast. They build their nests in bedroom closets, using lost mittens, dryer lint, and bits of string. The nests have to be very soft and warm. House hippos sleep about 16 hours a day.
That looked really real, but you knew it couldn't be true, didn't you? That's why it's good to think about what you're watching on TV and ask questions. Like you just did. A message from Concerned Children's Advertisers.
I love those ads. You need a backup singer, and everything you get to It's Freezing Rain, they get to add ice in the background. And the nosedive did not add any brain cells to Locke's cranial cavity. Why do you ask? Well, you know what? It doesn't seem to have lost any because you are still your shining self, so... Ice, Ice Baby, It's Raining Men mashup? That sounds about right. Today was hell. Everything hurt. Well, everything other than face and wrist. Aww. Shoulders, arms, backs, ribs, legs. Yeah, that would hurt. I mean, that kind of shock to, like, your body would just jar everything, right? Yeah, I can believe it. Kim, I found a meditation solo RPG called Roosting with Your Hot Chicken Boyfriend. What? That sounds spectacular. Gentle there, Pats for luck, yes. Are you talking about taking the good meds? Yes. Yeah, the adrenaline must have worn out. The shock has worn off, yeah. Yeah. I'm going to need more details. I am too, Kim. I want to hear more about this. Turnip, please feel free to drop links in the Discord.
First of all, when I open up my mouth, I shut it down until the light is overhead and darkness all around. All encompassing, I'm functioning, I'm summoning dungeons of cunning creatures until I gotta run and they running, I'm hunting. The rapping avalanche, I cast quickly, I pass cats like sands through
pause if you gather up all of your guards. So I ain't gotta work that hard, I got guard, run up and slaughter them all. It don't really matter who you gon' call them all and run up and slaughter them all. Bet it's gonna get crazy, amazing, blazing, I'm major. When you see that Zelda emblem hang around my neck, I end up suspending my blender. My final fantasy is never ending. My live stream is just an overdose on live stream. I'm frightening when I'm wielding the mic, it's like I'm lightning.
Meteor approaching fast, casting holy hope it lasts. Take off in a rocket, hold on before we crash. It'll be your final fantasy if you mess with the family.
Those were pretty good.
Meteor approaching fast, casting holy hope it lasts. Take off in a rocket, hold on before we crash. It'll be your final fantasy if you mess with the family. We ain't granting no amnesty.
Alright. And then probably a couple under here, maybe? I don't think that that's probably all it really needs. Yeah, I think that'll be good. The Solo RPG Bundle, benefiting TakeThis.org charity. They do good stuff, mental health and gaming-focused charities. Ooh. Yeah, please drop a link in the Discord for me. I would like to look into this more, too. I think we all need more information on this one. Oh, I'm out of frame. There we go. Sorry. Sorry. That one is definitely too big. I know I don't need this many little balls, but I try to make a lot of them, and that way I can pick the ones that are actually the right size, because it's hard to get them all exact. Y'all, I learned so much about the pelvic floor yesterday, and I'm all pumped with knowledge! The pelvic floor is very interesting. I will link it just browsing through the titles now. Definitely going to buy it. There's a D&D offshoot called Hamsters and Himbos. I think I've heard of that one. I think Hunter has mentioned that one to me before. The nice thing about living with a gaming enthusiast is I don't need to pay attention to any of it on my own. He'll find it and go, hey, you'd like this one. It makes my life very simple. It also works with board games. Hamsters and Himbos, a small town mystery of unmatched thickness. Actually, that sounds familiar. Do I have that on my wish list already? Hold on. Yes, I'm doing pelvic floor physio again, and the therapist is so aligned with my own way of thinking that I cried on her heated table. Oh, that's awesome! Okay, hold on. Here's my wish list. is. Alright. Side track over. Okay. Best cry of 2024 so far. I surprisingly don't think I have had a big cry yet this year. But we're not going to turn this in. Oh, that sounds great today, right? Sometimes when you just need the catharsis of it. Empress, I appreciate that you're trying to not trauma dump, and I am sorry for whatever it is that you're going through. No pity for Empress, just empathy, you sweet, kind boner. Exactly, right? I love how we can use boner in the same sentence as sweet and kind, and it totally feels right. I love that too. Yes. Med changes are hard, y'all. I'm just going to leave it at that. Yep, they definitely can be. Absolutely. The last time I was on a pharmaceutical medication, it screwed up me up so bad as I was adjusting to it, like I got brain fog so bad that I, started making significant mistakes at work, and I almost got fired. So I'm like, okay, that's clearly not working for me anymore. So, I can relate to a certain degree. Alright, I think that is probably just about all of the little suckery bits that we need on our octopi. One time I started new meds with a possible side effect of sudden whoopsie, and it was true, but I didn't realize how sudden they meant. I was at work holding a tray of food for the Christmas buffet, and then suddenly pants full of poop. Oh no! I was poop free, and less than a second later I was full of poop pants. Oh, Kim! Oh! Oh, Kim, I am so sorry. That is hysterically embarrassing. I assume you also, to some degree, find this, that sounds like shit, Kim. Not sorry. Best Christmas shift of life. Yeah, I can imagine, right? I can imagine, though, if you're telling this story, you have a certain degree of humor about it now, and I feel like we can laugh about it, or at least I hope so, because otherwise I'm laughing at you and not with you, and I would really like to not laugh at you. Life truth, you're not a grown-up until you shit your pants in public. I must say I've never shit my pants in public, thankfully to date, but also, mostly at this stage in my life, I am indoors at my house almost all times, so... although there was one day at work where I'm like, I need to walk slowly, because if I walk fast, I might poop my pants. Oh, I'm gasping for air remembering it. Hey, Razor, welcome on in. Good to see you, friend. Alright, so now we need to put eyes on our city. Hello! That is a really excited emote, and I love it. Welcome to Confessions. Isn't how MeUndies started like Uber Eats for underpants? Wait, that's a thing? Is that actually a thing? I took one of the kids, I don't remember which, for a walk, ended up filling my pants a quarter of a mile from my house. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I did have a really good shark once. I can't remember the specifics around it. I think I might have been in the house though, and I just didn't make it in time. Okay, we're getting a little too much now. Okay, I'm hearing it. I need to stop now. Okay. Okay. All right. The way you have to change the way you walk with filled up pants is a visceral memory. Yep. Kim, you have a knack for saying things in such beautifully descriptive ways that don't actually come out and say the things that you're saying. You've got a beautiful knack for it. I am not confessing my sins after that. I do not blame you. Oh. This was not the conversation. Again, you're a mod. Oh my god, right? And hubby wonders how I can tell that Miss 40 Man has a dirty diaper from across the room, right? Yeah, absolutely. There are definitely differences in that. There's a very specific way that diapers sag that you can most definitely see. Alright. So how do octopus eyes look? Hold on. Because I'm going to give this Sootie mostly octopus-looking eyes. Okay, hold on. Okay. Alright, so I need black. Okay, I've got black. Oh, they sag. No, oh, not the sag, the walk change. Well, it does too, but I mean, it's the sag that causes the walk change. I would rather be the villain than a hero in a lot of ways. This is true. Heroes almost always become villains anyways. Also, often true. Okay. So, like, we're gonna need, like, eyes. And they're gonna be down here, right? Because, like, octopus heads are big and bulbous, and their eyes are down near where their tentacles come out. Yes, they are. Wait, Kim's a villain that beats up the heroes in front of their family, friends, and loved ones, constantly saying, "I'm so sorry," as they punch them in the face, and it gets worse because Kim is now Little Miss Poopy Pants? I'm on the fence with this. This is why I'm both hero and villain. A hero will sacrifice the ones they love for the world. A villain will let it all burn for the ones they love. I can see that being a rather apt description. Yes, Locke remembers, and Locke keeps building on the lore. Of course, Locke is a lore hero. Justice for the lore keepers, absolutely. Wait, heroes give up their loved ones for the world, and villains give up the world for their loved ones? Well, Locke's a villain then, to the core, because he'd burn it all down for Mrs. Locke or Locke Jr. Yep, I can believe it. I honestly don't know which one I would be. And I hope to never have to find out which. It turns out it would be.
We beat 'em, insurgents, got a bit nervous, encouraged, got a bit further to go by any means, getting rid of our enemies, A-V-A-L-A-N-C-H-E, yeah, that's who we be, insurgents, got a bit nervous, no lip service, got a bit further to go, do what I gotta get, who want a problem with A-V-A-L-A-N.
And then we get our little lights, and they're gonna be smaller than normal. Pretty small. Yeah, it could go either way. It depends on how I feel, right? Begins on his villain arc. Well, you did just have a major trauma. that could definitely be a trigger. I'd burn it all down without remembering to save anyone because the fire will cleanse us all. I mean, where'd that come from? Alright, and then, where's my black paint? Because they've got like the little barbell kind of eyes a lot of the time, right? Yeah. Or it's like almost like, yeah, okay. Because of the way their eyes look, it actually kind of looks square. Okay. Speaking of my villain era, I have to do laughter yoga today. And I can't wait to see how it goes hilariously sideways, as is tradition. Excellent. Fire is one way to get the poop out of your pants, I guess. Yeah, burning them might not be a bad plan after that. Wait. Kim was doing public yoga again and laughter? Kiki, hear me out. All of the cephalopods get to be sooties. Maybe. Kim pictures Kim laughing maniacally at us while doing pelvic thrusting. Alright. I do have other... Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay, hold on. I'll have to fix... Okay, hold on. I can fix this. I can fix this. Didn't come this far to let a little black paint get in my way. have you heard me laugh? Mondays are maniacal. Call it Happy Hump Day. I laughed for like 4 solid minutes this week, and then someone shared a story about their childhood loneliness, and it meant that I was meant to be funny. Aww. Kim, I feel for you. If you have to do laughter yoga, and I know that you also require the aid of a urologist, and how that often how difficult that may sometimes make those classes. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it in close so I can. All right. There's our finished cephalopod Sootie. I think he turned out excellent, and I'm quite excited for him overall. Oh, no, I'm the opposite. My pelvic floor is a fucking vice. Nothing gets past it. Oh, okay. It's the best thing on the internet today. This is the best thing on the internet today. Oh, thank you. Alright. So now that we spent, like, 2 straight hours pretty much making one single Sootie, we need to move on to a new project for today, and I didn't really have another one planned because I figured we'd figure it out as we went. Well, I shouldn't talk about going through 2 sets of parents, the ones that gave me up for adoption and those that taught me to let everyone, only to show that they could do that themselves. But you might want to keep future ones for agent being quite so involved. Great. Yes, that's okay. I enjoy making the involved ones. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm here for this. Let's have fun with it. That one was almost as time-consuming as the Dalek plant steak. No, I think we spent more time on the Dalek plant steak, because that was like a good 2 or 3 streams, I think. But it is definitely one of the more time-consuming Sooties we've ever made. Some of the instruments have gotten pretty time-consuming. The Meteor was kind of time-consuming. PD Piranha was time-consuming, but that was a lot of fun. But that's okay, right? I get like that sometimes. I'm just like, do I need more emotes? Elaborate. Because possibly? Okay, I need to move this out of my way. It's like totally right in front of my face, and not helpful. Oh, I knew there were more emotes that came available in, like, December or whatever. Are there even more now? I have, like, 3 open emote slots. So I have, like, 2 animated emote slots still open, and 1 regular emote. So I think the regular emote was new that I didn't realize I had. Which is fine. Yeah, I'll figure, we'll definitely come up with some new things. I've got more that I need to do at some point, so. Yeah, Brenda just put an update to do for her stream today. Ooh. I gotta art so badly. I know. I have like a new... I don't stream, but I saw Brenda added a metric ton. Oh, excellent. It could be that they scale up depending on your viewers and followers and things like that, which I just haven't gotten to yet. Yep, get to 65 subscriber points, and I'll get a standard emote slot and another animated emote slot. So, I just haven't gotten as far to unlock all of them yet. So, I think, hold up. Hi. Hold up. Do. No, that's not where I want to look. where... Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not what it is. I'll have to remember where I put my goals. Oh, wait. Goals are in here, right? So here's what we do. We change this goal, and we change it to the next emote slot. There we go. Alright. Yep. All about the new emote slots. Thanks, and I know just sadness left that it would go down that way. Yeah, that is unfortunate, Razor. I'm sorry. I gotta get my shit together and make some. Yes, I definitely need to get my shit together and make some more as well. If you hit the follower point target, something like 20 normal and 20 animate emote slots above the 5 follower emotes. Wow. That's all gonna be a lot of emotes. What is the follower target for unlocking, like, all of that? Something you could do since you have time to fill yet. Twitch is really trying to get... Twitch is really trying to get gamify Twitch. Yeah, they're definitely... Yes, you have to let yourself feel things. It's the only way to process them. Imagine the universe decides that laughter yoga is cancelled and I can stay home where there are other humans or rain. Manifesting. No, we don't want to leave the house today, do we? Oh, yes. No idea what a bigger streamer mate was saying last night on his stream. Okay, fair enough. Locke is the one that streams once a year, so he's lucky to have his 5. Yeah, I'm kind of lucky to have the ones that I have. The ones that I have are because there have been, like, a couple of raids or things like that that will show up and will have gotten me to those, or where I've had a major event where I've gotten a bunch of sub points and stuff like that. So, we'll get there someday. I'm not stressing about it. It is what it is. Lord knows I'm not exactly super great at making emotes yet. Like, I am so not good at digital anything because I don't have a tablet to work with. Like, I'm just gonna keep saving until I can get me a tablet, and then I'm going to have, like, all of the emotes. Like, all of the emotes. I'm gonna draw so much. I would love a laughter yoga opportunity. After I resolve my problems, I would love laughter yoga. I'll make a note of that. It's actually really fun and really works. Excellent. Alright, so, what do we want to make now? I didn't really come with a plan. I had, some thoughts. Oh, hey, Kiari, welcome back. See, I'm a weirdo. I have a tablet, yet I get too lazy to set it up, and I end up using my mouse to do the art. Oh, yeah, but you had a lot of practice doing it before, right? I remember you had said once that you got really good at practicing being really accurate with your mouse. So, I mean, you had the time to make that work, and you had that practice going, so that makes sense, right? That you would be able to fall back on that. I don't have that kind of knowledge, so... Exactly, right? Like, it's totally understandable. But, yeah, so that is not my skill set. And, I feel like for me, drawing on paper, because I have to do so much refining to get the lines the way I want them to look, that my paper is always just a bloody mess. And then I have to, like, trace it onto another piece of paper to actually get started. And it's just so much more work just to get something look relatively like what I want, that it's, like, a deterrent for me to get started kind of thing. Oh, that's unfortunate. You know, and like that process just takes so much work for me that it's like my brain can't, it just doesn't want to do it. It's an executive function thing. Like, that's too much work. I can't get myself to practice drawing because it's so much work to refine, to, you know, trace, to start over and to refine further. And I feel like once I can get into digital art, that process becomes so much simpler because it's just a series of layers where I do that refining work. Right? And so that's a big problem for me. All right, so what else am I gonna make today? Cute. Okay. Especially since we don't have a ton of time for getting into something significant. What are we doing? Right, I was trying to bring up this. Nope, that is not the scene I wanted. That's it. Okay. So, boop, boop, boop. So, I'm really obsessed with seagulls right now. This meme is like my favorite thing ever, and I don't know how I'm going to art it, but I have to art it at some point. I do agree, digitally compared to paper, it's much better, and if you don't like it, just erase it and start over, and save the world from paper waste. Exactly, right? Like, I go through so much paper and so much erasers that trying to get there that, to me, it doesn't feel like it's worth it to start practicing until I can get into digital art, and I've just somehow got to save up the money to get a tablet so I can start doing that. I've been sketching it on paper, then snapping a high-res pic on my phone and making the outlines in Krita, and then digitally coloring. Pretty roundabout and probably not a great way to learn, right? Like, I feel, for me, like, my ideal way to art is gonna be, like, to do all my rough work on the tablet, and then either trace or print my rough work, and then I can transfer that onto whatever my final medium is, or I can continue to work on it digitally, depending. Like, that to me feels like the method that will make the most sense to me. I've just got to figure out a way to get there. Alright, so I don't know. I've been going through and finding a lot of fun things lately, but I don't even know what I really want to do. I want to do like a little, almost floating lantern thing. Books was one of the things that I was thinking that
You may like this.
no, I don't need it to make noise. No, you don't need to make noise. Like cute little books. I thought that they might be fun to make. Not necessarily with the plant on top, but, I may sell the older iPad so I can buy a newer one that's comparable with pressure-sensitive pen. Current one can't do that. But even the newer used ones are so expensive, right? Yeah, like, the model I'm, like, looking at $700 to $800 plus the Apple Pencil, plus Procreate, plus Lonely Screen, or whatever similar apps that I use. And I mean, I know that the software themselves is not that expensive. That's not a big thing overall, but this is going to be a thing at some point. I am going to be sculpting a potato with toes because I find this hilarious. I don't know when. Not right now, but at some point. Welcome to my brain. Of all the weird things I like. Does this not look cool? I also want to figure out how to, like, this is done with embroidery, but I could definitely do something similar with clay, and I think that that would be cool. I still don't know what I want to do today, though. This was where I got the inspiration for the yarn charms that we worked on last week. You know what we're gonna do? We are gonna play with, I may not actually make anything out of it, but I'm gonna practice. Playing with what the heck is this silk screen? Because that's gonna be a new experience. So that's something we can do together. I got my how do you say that? Huion 13. I got it for $500, but that's a pad you connect to your laptop and use the program on the laptop for me, Krita, and GIMP. Yeah, I mean, I've gone back and forth trying to decide whether I want to get an actual graphics tablet, like Huion, whatever. I know that that's one of the leading ones out there, or whether or not I want to go the iPad direction. And for me, I've heard, like, the user friendliness of Procreate is just so appealing that's kind of what sticks out in my brain is what I want to use. I think I need to fix my camera. The mount is not staying put. Okay, hold on. I need to replace the one part of my camera stand because the knob broke and I can only tighten it with pliers. Okay, so let's roll out a little clay, which means I need to get the clay press out. I was just going to mention this, especially if you don't already have an iPad. They have an awesome reputation, and you can use a powerful thing called Clip Studio Paint, and then you aren't trapped in the Apple Loop. The Apple Loop, I totally hate the Apple Loop, but I don't know, I'm so stuck on Procreate that I haven't been able to get my brain to wrap around anything else. Yes, exactly. There you go, Empress. I knew it was coming. I spent the last 2.5 hours working on something outside of the scope of my job, and I know that no one will give a fuck. But I needed to tell someone. We care that you have been working hard. iPad with Procreate is better in a sense. You can walk around with it and it's portable, and the Huion needs a source to connect. I totally agree. And I think that that's one of the things too, because I can't always sit in my studio to draw. I want to be able to hang out upstairs while my kid is doing whatever and not have to totally separate myself from the world and still be able to practice my art. So that's one of the reasons why the Apple is appealing to me. Also, my apologies, friends, we are going to have an ad roll in about a second. Alright. The larger user base means that more tutorials and resources and Procreate looks cool, but yeah, Apple not wanting to play well with others, yeah. I don't like Apple's business practices in general. At least not in terms of their like consumer end. Their business stuff, like the stuff that's designed for actual like graphic work and animation work and processing and video work, because Apple has always done that kind of stuff well. Like at a professional level, it's totally worth it. But on a consumer level, they're so wasteful and so gougy that I struggle to like be okay with that kind of a business model. But sometimes when the product is exactly what you think will work best for you, sometimes you kind of still fall into it, which I kind of get mad at myself a little bit for, because I like to think I'm better that way morally, but apparently I'm not. I'm not sure that many people do, which is the sad part. Also, can you say more about Clip Studio Paint? When I was in college, I worked on an Apple computer for graphic design, and I hated it. I absolutely hate Apple. I prefer just PC programs for it. Fair enough. Hey, welcome back, Stroobs. Good to see you, friend. We finished up our Octo-Sootie, and we're now gonna just play with some basic, what's the brain up word I'm braining for? I'm gonna learn how to do like some silk screening on clay and see how it works. It's not something I've ever done before. I'm gonna just play and practice with it for the last little bit of stream and see what works and what doesn't. I should actually probably really consider using scrap clay for this, but I'll just use some of this lighter blue for now. Alright. Have you ever made the marble earrings with polymer clay? I've made a few things that are similar to like marbling. Trying to think if I have anything right now. Right, oh yes, I did. I did a bunch of these where I did like the slab style jewelry where I made like the small bits, cut them up, crushed them together kind of marbling. And then I put some silver foil on them. So I have a bunch of bits from that. Alright. So I'm going to clean this up a bit because I had some transfer from the clay press. You could do the printing and then the embroidery with this with the snake of another color of clay on top. I'm confused about the embroidery part. Like, so you just kind of like wanted accented with something, like you're thinking like of accenting it. Are we, okay, the thing that I'm confused by is it sounds like you're describing a specific thing, and the specific thing I'm not getting. I'm understanding the technique. I'm just not like getting why you're putting the two together in my brain, and that's where I'm confused here.
You need to have dreams.
All right.
That's what my friend told me. He's passed, but his lessons are always going to be with me. My name was Cloud, soldier first.
If there's a specific something I'm referencing, that's what my brain is not picking up.
Before he passed, he asked me for one.
All right.
I think about Angelan, what he used to say to me, embrace your dreams. It sucks that yesterday you had to
Alright, so that's nice and thin and flat. And then you were showing your... Oh, okay, I want something to do like that, but you weren't sure how.
Except for Rob won't be the only one that's praising the streets. I'll be the strongest, the fastest, and all that. The villains who come challenging the weak will just fall flat. My name is Zach, I'm finally first class. In fact, I fought in wars against the Wu-Tai when things went out of whack with Genesis and the war.
I'm trying to remember what that was.
Lots of soldiers operatives left, but me on my own.
Oh, yes, yeah, sorry, yeah, the neon? Yeah, I wasn't meaning that I was gonna, like, make it look embroidered, per se. Like, I just wanted to make the clay look like neon. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely could do it so that, like, I can make it look embroidered and stuff like that. But it was just specifically I wanted to mimic the look of neon in clay, and that particular picture reminded me of it. Because, again, that's the way my brain works. I could have gone and found a picture of a neon sign and put that there, but no, I put that thing instead, because that is the ridiculousness that is my brain. I've never used it, but since my iPod has been moody lately, I've been looking around at stuff, and it's got one-time pay of like $60 Canadian, and does so much. I'll send you a link. Oh, interesting. Cool beans. Alright.
I black out, and next thing I'm in a tube or something. And now I'm getting messages in my death. Cloud's knocked out with Mako poisoning in his breath. Wait, I checked the date. I can't be seen straight
that actually feels pretty good. Okay. That is a fabulous shirt that Brenda has gotten. I missed who or how that was made, but I love it. Okay. Because I have no audio, so I don't know that stuff. But that is a fabulous shirt. Okay. So now what I should probably do is get out some paints. I'm just going to use this black here to practice with, I suppose. It's probably a smart idea, because it's what I've got out already. And, I need something to spread. I've got, like, credit cards around here somewhere. Not credit cards, but, like, credit card type things. Kiki is not silly enough to actually use an old credit card on stream. But expired HelloFresh coupons will do. Alright. So they're kind of got like a cling on the back, and I'm hoping that the cling stays sticky afterwards. And I don't know, because I've never used these before. It's got a cool texture to it. Okay, alright, so let's try putting down some of the ink or some of the paint. Really, in theory, you're supposed to do more of like silk screening where you kind of drag it down like this, but I think I'm just going to use a paintbrush to put it on. I think for me that will work just fine. I'm going to keep that around to move the excess off when we're done though, because I think that's still going to be important. Okay, go make old people laugh, Kim. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for coming in and visiting. We love you, friend. Good luck. Great chat. Thank you for sharing your embarrassing poop stories with us, because that makes a day right there. Alright. So this is like super sticky. And my clay... Oh, I thought my clay was going to stick to it. It didn't. Some of my clay stuck to it. Oh, look how cool that came out. That's awesome. I heard good things about Infinite Paint 2. Might need to look into a pressure-sensitive pen for Android tablets as an option too. Thank you for sharing. It was literally the shit. I agree. It was very interesting, to say the least. I enjoyed the conversation wholeheartedly. The program I've been using, I use GIMP, like when I'm doing any graphics editing and stuff like that, and I've got a firm grip on it, so I'm not totally opposed to the idea of getting, like a graphics tablet that I can use my own graphics program for, that I'm comfortable with. But, I don't know. I still just am deeply impressed with Procreate. I wish they would come out with Procreate for Android. If they came out with Procreate for Android, I'd be all over it. because I would be much more willing to invest in a higher-end Android tablet than I am an Apple tablet. Alright, I like this. This is turning out great. I like this concept. I definitely am going to need to get more silk screens, because then what we do, clearly after the paint is like dried and stuff, because then we'll take cutters. Alright. And we can cut like shapes and stuff out of them. And the cool thing about this is, depending on how you could even bake the clay first, depending on what you're gonna do with it. I definitely need to clean up some of my cutters. They're still very dirty from when we made the star slab jewelry. Cool, I like this. So I'm going to leave this dry for a second. What I'm going to do while we're waiting is I am going to go and I'm going to wash this off. I'm going to wash off the silk screen and see what happens with the back and see if it stays sticky and stuff. Also, Android lasts longer. My Android phone, I will get 4 to 5 years out of it with Apple's. I always got like got like at most a year before it slows down and becomes unusable. Yeah, like my Android phones, I usually get 2 to 3 years out of it before they start slowly dying. And a lot of the times it's battery, because I am a heavy phone user. I do use it for like everything all the time. So like I would hands down invest in a high-end Android tablet if Procreate came to Android. I think there is technically a Procreate for Android, but it has like no features, like at all. So yeah. That's the thing. Alright, I'm gonna go wash this off. I'm gonna be right back. And, yeah, sorry about the chair shake for a second. Alright, good to know. Good thing that this was, in fact, a cheap one I got off of AliExpress, because as soon I started to wipe off the back a little bit to try and clean it, and it, like, peeled. So that's a good lesson to learn. that I cannot do that there. Procreate team seems to be my god, my brain cannot word today. Procreate team seems to be doing one thing and doing it well, and we're lucky that the user base jumped on and blew them up. Yeah, they probably needed to get sponsored by one of the big manufacturers like Samsung to move over to Android, and likely be only guaranteed to work on that hardware. Fair enough. It would still be nice. Alright. So I think I will lose the stickiness after the first one. I'm definitely going to have to be really careful if I get clay on the back. Like I did here. Because I don't want that to transfer over. Alright, well let's try. Let's see what happens if we put isopropyl alcohol in it, see if it dissolves this plastic altogether. Things that I'm learning with this silk screen. Because at least it was inexpensive if I ruin it. Before I start investing in newer, better ones. I'd buy it for sure and probably a newer Android tablet. Oh yeah, absolutely. Me too. I'd be right on board with it. Yeah, that's what I thought. It like dissolves it even more. Okay, so I'm gonna have the problem that if I get clay on the back, it's not going to be my greatest of options. So I'm going to have to be super, super careful about that. And super, super careful about cleaning them. I will probably have to do a little bit of research on if there is like an approved way to clean these things. It definitely loses its stick, and I don't imagine that it would keep it for very long, but good experiment. Don't feel comfortable doing much else with it right now, but it was a good experiment. Okay. Oh, that's cute. And it comes out really crisp and sharp, too. Like the ink is really crisp. So once I figure out how to, like, take care of them better, I'll have to do some research on that. This will definitely be a viable option. And I know that there's got to be an easy way to take care of them, because I see clay artists using these kinds of things like all the time. I just have to learn about it. Alright. Where are my cutters? Why did I put them away? I can still cutter this and at least have some fun with it. Let's see what I had. I was gonna do some of the stars, wasn't I? Let's do that. Let's do little octagons. Those are hexagons? Yep, hexagons. Okay. Helps if my brain knows words. That does not always. Okay. Plunger's broken. There we go. Probably want to use bigger ones with this, I guess, but hey, whatever. We're exploring. I think that was the biggest octagon one that I have, right? Hexagon. Cute. Clearly, I'd be a little bit more efficient with my clay the next time when it's not just an experiment, but this also gets a little difficult because I wouldn't really be able to use this as scrapped clay because it's going to get the paint mixed into it, which may or may not be a problem, but I'm really just practicing and playing with some of the what is the word I'm using for this, with the, not stencil, silk screen. Practicing with the silk screen. Just because we didn't really have a specific project to work on, so we're just kind of playing and practicing and learning. We learned that we can't scrub the back of the silk screen because it will remove. Put what through the sheeter? Oh, this? Yeah, I mean, like, it's just like, I mean, it's more of a matter of the paint changing the consistency of the clay. It probably isn't too big of a deal that I can probably use it for scrap, but it is going to change the consistency of the clay a little bit. But probably for scrap, it probably doesn't matter too much. But sometimes I do end up using scrap in other projects, and I would just have to be very careful to exclude this from anything that really needs to have a specific consistency. Alright. Cool, good practice, right? Exactly, right? And I mean, I've got to do a lot more of that because there's so many concepts and things like that that I want to learn and do, but because I live the life of a full-time mom with a part-time job, I don't always have time that isn't streaming time to do the work and practice stuff like that, so I have to be okay with doing more I'm just figuring this out on streams instead of maybe having productive streams the same way, so. Someday my kid will not need me and will not want me around, and at which point I will get a lot more art done. But for now, I work when I can, and that's usually during stream time. What do you guys think about us doing the odd gaming stream? There's a cute little game that Little Hunter has been playing. And we've got it on the PS5, but it's also available on Steam. And I'm thinking of getting and playing on stream. It's called Chicory. And it is effectively a little universe where all of the color comes from one person who is called the wielder, and they have the paintbrush that colors the world, and it's a cute little journey of the new wielder and how they got there and what happened to the old one and everything else. And I'm trying real hard not to pay attention to it when Little Hunter plays it, because I kind of want to experience it for myself. Ophelia, welcome on in. It's seeing I am so tongue-tied today, like I can't even. But it is excellent to see you, friend. I didn't fail. I learned a number of ways that didn't work. It's true. It is very true. Depending on the game, heck yes. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. I try and lurk when you're streaming, if I catch you. I'm not always social, but I try to lurk when I see you streaming. It's been ages, it sure has. I don't see much of anybody or anything if it isn't at my crossing guard corner or on Twitch these days. Gods, what is streaming? I know, right? Somehow, I am still managing to make streaming work in my life at least part-time. But what I was saying with Chicory, what I kind of think is, because it's like an art game, it might be kind of a fun way for me to explore if having the occasional gaming stream works for me by, starting it with a gaming stream, or with like an art game. I'm really just playing and practicing today. No particular anything. I've just never done this particular technique before, and I'm seeing what happens with it. Ooh, Ophelia, you'll appreciate this. This is what we made earlier in stream today. Because we celebrate our subs with soot sprites. And I made this one to look like an octopus earlier today. Sometimes I get really, really involved in them. Sometimes they're just a little soot sprite like the ones you see on the screen. Sometimes I make octopi. And they come out amazingly well. I'll have to post pics of that one on social media once I get it all baked and ready to go. Because he came out really well. I'm really, really bad at keeping up with posting on social media. Someday, I will get better at keeping that up. Because it is unfortunately very important to have an online presence. Struble, I think Raven really likes your emote. They are going hog wild with it. Sorry, another channel. Alright. Cool beans. That was a pretty interesting experiment. Why did that get blurry again? I mean, I know I changed it, but I put it back. There we go. No. No. Alright. Wow, that is a lot of emotes now in Art and Jest. Okay, that's fun. I will have to play with those later. Okay. Okay. Alright. Just clean up the edges a little bit more. Although I suppose I could probably sand them once they're all done. It's probably the best thing to do with them. But yeah, that was a fun technique. I just have to figure out how to essentially take care of the actual silk screen a little bit better and figure it out from there. But I'll do some research online. But that was a good experiment. I don't know if I'll actually make anything out of these, but it was neat. That needs to go in the scrap clay. And that needs to go with this. Alright. So what else do we want to play with and experiment with? The contrast of the crisp lines looks great. I really like it. Like, it's a really cute technique. Like, I've seen, nope, wrong one. I've seen, like, a lot of, stop doing that. Why are you being so slow? Really cute earring styles where, trying to see if I've got some in here. Hold on, I'm just gonna pull some up. Like, you can do some, like, really super cute things, like stuff like these. And, like, those look super cute, right? And are still very super basic and easy. And I just think that there's a lot of possibilities for, like, a lot of cool things. Like, you do, like, a really neat slab jewelry design in the back and then print it on front, and you get these really cool kind of looks to it. There might be a protective spray you can use on the screen so the rest of the ink comes off nicely. Maybe. I mean, I did just use acrylic paint, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's not designed to work with acrylic paint. I don't really know. I got one cheaply off of AliExpress to experiment with. I didn't really research proper use, which I probably should have, but you know. But you can do some really cool stuff. Like, I love these ideas where they're like this very simple print and then a cute little piece of metallic flair, like this kind of idea. So, I mean, that's kind of some of the stuff that I want to do, and that's the kind of stuff that I can take to, not conventions, like, ooh, these are really cute. I just like this print on this a lot. I actually think I have on one of my wish lists a print that looks very similar to this. It's the kind of things that I can take to craft shows and trade fairs that would sell well because they look super cute, that I can practically mass produce, right? And have something that I can pump out quickly and easily for shows and stuff like that. But still have some fun artistically, right? Like, you can get artistic where you're doing different combinations of, like, play techniques and things like that and still make them neat and interesting. So, like, that's the kind of stuff that I want to get into doing with these. And I'm clearly going to need to do a little bit of silk screen practicing. Also, I've considered getting a Cricut to make my own, but that's a much later experiment. And I don't need it to be sticky on the back, but I do need it to, you know, still stay affixed. Like, that's cute, right? Like, with, like, the gems and the glitters and the stuff like that. Yeah, so those are the kinds of things that I want to do with that particular style. I just need to figure out how to use the cutters better. Alright. There might be... Yeah. I read that already. Oops, I still got some of my cutters out. Alright. I have 20 minutes left. And I did not come to stream with a good plan today. I did not come to stream with any plan today except for finish an Octo-Sootie. So, mostly because this week has been kind of messy for my life. Thankfully, Little Hunter's, like, migraine problem did not last particularly long. But yeah, so I've started to realize that my kid has been getting migraines. I just thought they had a couple of random instances of having, like, mild food poisoning or something like that, or just kids being kids because kids throw up and that happens a lot. And I realized that they were getting, and that it's not uncommon that when you're throwing up you're going to have a headache that goes along with it. But what I kind of has started to realize that what's happening is my kid is having migraines, and they'll have them like once every couple of months, maybe every couple of weeks to a couple of months. But that's what's happening, is that they're getting a migraine, and that's why they're throwing up, not that they've got a stomach bug. So we're now trying to figure out what we're going to do around trying to fix that problem, or not fix, but manage that problem, which is unfortunate, because, like, neither Hunter or I get migraines, and they're usually genetic, so I don't know. But so that's what happened. That's why I wasn't here on Wednesday. Little Hunter had a migraine Tuesday going into Wednesday. Overnight in the night they woke up with a migraine, and I just didn't, so I kept them, and then when they woke up in the morning on Wednesday, they were still feeling it a little bit, and so I kept them home, and I didn't want to come to stream because I was really worried that, like, I'd go and start streaming, and then they would start to, like, the migraine would peak again, And the one thing that I, like, will always make sure I'm there for is if the kid is throwing up, Mom is available. I'll cancel stream, I'll cancel work, or whatever if vomiting is happening. So I wanted to make sure I was around if that happened. But they got better pretty quickly, and so we just hung out for the day, but... Kid probably could have gone back to school for the afternoon, but yeah, it is what it is, and the kid took a day off, so... Alright. We also need to still decide what we want to do for my birthday stream. Like, do I want to do something different? Why are you autofocus bumping? I turned autofocus off so that would not happen anymore. Bad camera. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Yeah, I'm at a loss just trying to figure out what I'm doing for my birthday stream, because I actually get to stream on my birthday and excited about it, but I want it to be fun. Winter dehydration leading to headache and nausea, leading to not feeling well enough to drink water and more dehydration, right? Like, and I mean, the kid does do pretty well with drinking a lot of water, especially while they're at school. Like, when they're at home, they, like, refuse to drink water a lot of the time. The best way to get them to drink water is to literally just put it where they are in, like, a to-go cup, like a plastic to-go cup, style cup, with a straw, and then they'll just periodically drink it. Which is usually what I do. I leave them with a spill-proof cup of some sort around with water, and then they'll periodically drink it. So, I don't think dehydration is the problem, because they do drink a lot. They're a lot like me, where they'll drink as a sensory thing. It's like, I need to do something with my hands, body, mouth, whatever, so I'm having something to drink. And that's one of the reasons why I drink so much water. And so, they do the same thing with food and beverage. So, drinking water and other various beverages is something they do a lot of. So, I don't think it was the dehydration per se, although that doesn't mean that it couldn't be on occasion what causes it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna sneeze, is what I was about to say. And I'm also just kind of looking around for who we might raid shortly. Because we're gonna need to raid out before too long. And I don't know where I'm gonna go, or what I'm gonna do. I really have no thoughts today. Thank you. I have a question, actually. Has it been? Okay. Alright. Oh. What am I doing? Okay. I'm throwing blades around. That's what I'm doing. Okay. The kiddo threw up randomly Wednesday evening, and right after we got an email from school saying one kid was away with COVID, but my kiddo bounced right back before bedtime. Lucky no one else here is sick yet. Yeah, that's rough. Like, I always worry whenever my kid gets the sniffles that they've brought COVID home again. Like, we've already had it at least twice. I may have had a third bout of it, but I was the only one who got sick that time, so I don't think that's what happened. I also didn't have the same symptoms that I had the 2 times before. So I don't know for sure, but I mean, like, every time my kid gets sick, I'm like, please don't bring that home to us again. It debilitates us, and we own a business. Like, Hunter can't get sick because he owns a business, and he's only one of only 2 people who work there, and he can't force our employee to work for like 7 days straight. That's illegal. Although I think Troop would, but I mean, we can't force him to do that. So we also try to be good employers and not do that kind of thing to him. But you know, things happen. Yeah, so I mean, it's been rough. Like, I don't understand like why they're getting migraines, because like Hunter and I don't get them. Like, nobody on my side of the family gets migraines. I think his mom, Hunter's mom, gets them on very rare occasions, but usually it's like triggered by something very significant and specific. It's not just like I get migraines like some people do. Like, she's had a few, but she started to have some like neurological issues, and like, so they're triggering migraines, but like regular migraines aren't a part of her life, kind of thing. So I don't know where they're coming from, because they're usually, you know, genetic. But that's the thing that we're trying to deal with. Alright, so I feel like we should probably start thinking about rating out for the day. And I might just be lazy and really not think too hard about rating today, because that's the day I'm having. There are also not a ton of people that I'm followers of that are in the art category that are on today. So let's see what we've got around. Yeah, you know what? It's been a while. Environmental allergies could lead to sinus swelling and headache. That's a possibility. Like, they do have postnasal drip, but they don't otherwise have sinus issues for the most part. Like, they don't have, like, sinus pressure or anything like that, so we are going to learn how to count, because I'm lazy today. I'm lazy, and there's nobody else in the art category that I haven't rated recently that's around, so but before we go, we need to come up with a really good raid doodle. What do we want to request as our raid doodle before we go and cause shenanigans? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I realized that we haven't raided No Brenda since like November, and I'm like, yeah, okay, it's been a while, we can go. 1, ha 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 ha. 2, 3, Oct-Sootie at a disco. I don't know. I kind of want to do a not soot sprite this time. Or maybe a Oct-Sootie with a gong. I kind of like that. Huh, a Oct-Sootie with crayon water skis. Okay, there we go. Turnip has chosen it. That's it. That's the one. Okay, alright, so now we know what we're gonna do. Alright, no pants. Okay. Anyways, sorry. There's some very specific weirdness going. Alright, so yes, there we go. There is our modified, modified raid call. There's our first raid for everyone. Second is for subs. And, okay. Alrighty. I should really just change my, oh my god, why will you not copy for me? Please. Thank you. Alright. No, I don't want to reply. I want to copy it. Copy it. Just let me copy it. Oh my god. This is why I tend to have like a paper, not paper, like text file with my own in it, because for some reason it will not let me like highlight and copy and paste these messages right now. Oh, okay, there we go. Hold on. I got most of it, but it's also including Empress's name. Like, I don't need that. Okay, alright. No. Wait, what? I think I have it twice. Oh my god. What is going on here? Okay, whatever. I'm gonna... What does that look like? Alright, good enough. I'll take it. Okay, guys. We are now going to attempt to raid out. There we go. Okay, friends. We'll be back on Monday. I will have real projects planned. I promise. Well, no, Monday we'll work on Eevee. After that, I'll have real projects planned, and so we don't just faff about all stream. You're welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for sticking around despite having very little to do. And, have a great weekend, friends. And thank you for being here. Welcome back right at the end, Stroops. We're gonna go and get ourselves a soot sprite water skiing on crayons as our raid doodle. We'll see you there right now. Have a good day, friends, and I'll see you guys all very, very soon. Bye-bye! No one will prepare, 'cause you damn can't.
Yeah. Alright. So you wanna know my story, huh? Okay. They all up on their high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin. They all up on their high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin. I was born in the sewage of the slums. In wartime, sought peace, but no one ever knew if it would come. We were war buddies, working on the same team with the same goal, but with slightly different means. When he hit the scene, he commanded respect. He needed something done, and every hand hit the deck. Took the first shot, and nobody fired back. He took no crap. I admit I admire that, cause dude was a legend. His story spun far and wide, and it scarred my pride down in my little heart inside. I took every mission I could accept to make my mark. I wanted the power and respect that he had, but alas, I was just a plebeian. Then the war ended before I could get to leave again. Then I heard he found some documents about his true origin, and then he got convinced that he was not of this earth, bred to be a soldier, the spawn of an alien life form. Genova, infused with the cells while still in the womb. Heard the news and he was hell-bent on sealing the doom of anybody who participated. Burned the whole town down, killed everyone, and everything was dissipated. I gave chase and the saga begun. He released Genova, then they both united as one. They all up on their high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin. They all up on their high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin. Tired of the games, steady waiting for the day that everything is explained. Something in my brain pushing me toward a goal that I ain't able to gain. The only constant is change, not the fame or the chains that'll never be the same. What does confusion sound like? Just another day in the life of Cloud Strife. Well, Tifa tells me she can reconstruct the pieces of my past, filling the gaps, cause I'm sick of wearing the mask. The frame rate's mass body like a PS1. Story kinda cloudy, almost like my namesake. But wait, it turns out that what was in my mind was a memory, a dream that wasn't even mine. This can't be. I close my eyes, it looks so clear to me. Apparently nothing is the way it appears to be. I was manipulated by Seth, gotta find him, kill him, and I do it myself if I have to. Blast through, cause I need to know all the lies they compose as the live stream flows down the road. Till I meet a group of survivors, what they lack in skill, they make up for in desire. We on a quest to unlock the mystery. We mount up and the rest is history. They all up on their high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin.
Alright, we get in, we blow up the Mako reactor, and then we out. That's it.
What actually is pronounced Mako reactor?
Mako? Are you sure?
I worked there.
Got money on the mind, no fear in my eyes. Avalanche the squad, so it's time to rise. I'm just going forward, no time for going backwards. The mission, destroy the Mako reactor. They brought it on themselves, so we gotta take them out. All in, but we might not all make it out. Ending the Shinra and closing the chapter. The mission, destroy the Mako reactor. I never got their names and I didn't really care to. I just want the money, so the mission I adhere to is simple. I joined some resistance clique, blow up the reactor, then we split, that's it. And they go on about saving the planet, all the precious resources we've been taking for granted. But I'm doing me. It's not that I don't understand it, but I'm trying to carry the job out just how we planned it. And in my line of work, there's no time for softies. These street huggers better wake up and smell the coffee. Been around the block, man, I'm far from a beginner. I've been in reactors back when I worked for Shinra. And they don't trust me, and I don't like them. And I don't blame them, cause I ain't like them. War, they ain't built for it. Troubles like my wallet, I only find it when I'm never looking for it. So as I set the bomb, I start to get a premonition. Some kind of feeling this shouldn't be a part of the mission, but I do it. 10 minutes remain before reactor 1 is going down in flames. And so we out to the train to rest. Part 1 of the mission is a complete success. So for now it seems that the good guys are winning, but this ain't the ending, it's only